Well, let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE that just closed, and the local equity market trading in green territory, strengthening while we are seeing the opposite reaction on the rand, which has weakened. Sea of green, the all share up on the day by almost 0.5%. That largely coming from the Resources 10 complex that's climbed 0.6%. We do have the Industrial 25 following in the same direction, ticking up by more than 0.5%, and the Financial 15 eking out a gain of more than 0.25%. Let's take a look at what is happening with the market stateside, and of course 150 companies on the S&P 500 posting earnings. Today we did have some notable ones, including music streaming platform Spotify missing expectations for the second quarter and also expectations on its third quarter outlook. And then PayPal posting an earnings beat, but its shares are plummeting as it saw slower growth in its transaction margin dollars. In monetary policy, we do have the Fed starting its two-day meeting today. Also, we did have some labor market data coming out with job openings in June slowing to their lowest level since March. Those markets in red territory, we do have the Dow leading those losses, declining by more than 0.4%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq taking a knock of more than 0.25%, and the S&P 500 edging lower 0.15%. Let's check in on what is happening in the European markets, and in earnings on that front, we did have the Danish pharmaceutical company Novo Nordisk. Its stock nosediving by 26% at some point today. This after issuing a poor outlook on its Wegovy and Ozempic sales. But those markets are trading positively. FTSE 100 up by almost 0.2%. CAC 40 up by almost a similar margin as well, and the DAX with a gain just shy of 1%. Let's take a look at the currency market and start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. Significant weakness on the rand today, but at some point it was at 17 rand 95 against the US dollar, now coming back a little, just under 17 rand 90. The local unit against the pound at 23 rand 87, and against the euro at 20 rand 65. Let's check in on the other currency pairs, starting off with the euro dollar that's standing at 1.15, pound dollar at 1.33, and the yen just above 148 against the greenback.